Hello, folks, and welcome to the Whiskey Six. This is episode 6 of the Whiskey Six. Of course, I am Sean, your host tonight. I am also of Whiskey Wars and Mash and Metal. Cheers, all. Welcome to the show. We got a great group in chat already, looks like. Thank you guys for showing up. We appreciate that. And, of course, let me introduce the rest of the crew here. We'll start out with the genius mind behind this show. First of all, leading in off, we got Brian, of course, founder of Bourbon School and the Whiskey Six. The guy with all the ideas. And what do you got? What are you drinking tonight, Brian?
I am actually going dry during the week, so I am not pouring anything right now. This is a new and exciting thing for me. Well, we'll see how long it lasts, but I appreciate the kind words. I am the mind. I wouldn't call it the genius mind, but the mind. But I appreciate you hosting us tonight.
Cool, man. And not only does Brian have great ideas, but he also knows a great co-host when he sees one. And, of course, that brings us to Lauren, the other half of Bourbon School. Welcome, Lauren.
What's up, Lauren?
I'm not dry tonight. Brian, I can't believe you're doing this. What's wrong with you? Come on.
And of course,
what am I thinking?
Marianne's fault.
Of course, I assume that Lauren is half the reason that some of you fellas are here, and we appreciate that. Thank you, Lauren, for being here as always. And you got anything? What do we have in the glass tonight? Since you were not dry,
I am drinking Maker's Mark Cask Strength.
Okay, sounds good.
It's a good one.
All right. Next up, then we got Ben from the Bourbon School, the founder of Bourbon School. I'm sorry, Bourbon Note. It helps if I got the name of the channel right. Yeah. So Bourbon Note there are also our Lord and Savior of Whiskey Tube. If you could do the thing, Ben. There you go. Thank you, Ben. And
I don't know what to do with my left hand.
That's what she said.
It's like a weird. I don't know what. I know this part.
You should probably have a whiskey in it. I think that's what the deal is.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there we go.
Also, the host of the greatest Whiskey Tube show around, for sure. Was it Trivia Night in America? Whiskey Trivia Night in America. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Whiskey Trivia Night in America. That is a fun one. We got to get around to another episode of that. I was thinking about that today.
And also a lover of all things mayonnaise. Well, yeah, Ben's our guy. All right, next up, we got Myron of the Bourbon School coming in. Of course, Myron, famous for
the third Bourbon School host.
Oh, you know what? It's all Bourbon School tonight. No, Bourbon Drop. I'm doing so well already. First time hosting, and we screwed up twice already, and we're only 2 minutes in. I don't know where the music is coming from. Anyway, Myron of Bourbon Drop, of course, famous for hitting Still Austin Cask Strength and Woodford Double Oak. Is Myron? Oh, no, Myron's freezing. Okay.
What's up, family?
How you doing, Myron?
I'm going to say this. Maybe we'll get into it later on the episode. I am no longer a hater of Woodford Double Oak. I finally got myself a pick. Not saying I'm in love with it, not saying I'm hating it, but you guys will see the review coming.
Okay.
All right.
What do we got in the glass tonight, Byron?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start off with some Jack Bonded rye.
Okay, I like
nice.
it. Man.
Nice.
And of course, we love Myron anyway, even though he does dislike those whiskeys. All right. Last but not least, the last part of the crew. This time, definitely not Bourbon School. We got the Bad Axe One himself. The man with the mustache, the man with the greatest looking axe hole in all of Whiskey Tube. We got Bobby of Bad Axe Bourbon. Cheers, buddy.
Here we go, people.
All righty. 5 axes.
That axe hole is getting tore up. Man.
That's what she said.
And what do you got tonight, Bobby?
I'm going to start. It turns out that this is a good starter. This Indigo's Hour, 18-year, 90 proof. It's a good starter.
Cool, man. I like it. All right. And of course, our special guest of this evening, we have Nathan of the Everyday Drinker. Nathan from New Jersey and lived to tell the tale. I imagine because of that, the Everyday Drinker is not euphemism. That is literal. So anyway, welcome to the show, Nathan. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
All right, man. So
I have to ask a question before anything. I see you've got a Phillies hat on. Are you also a Philadelphia Flyers fan?
I am.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm all done. I'm on my
It's
question.
an unfortunate thing, but yes, I am a Flyers fan.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for the last few decades, but
The
No
last
more
13
questions.
years at least.
yeah, right.
Die
So-
hard Vikings fan, I understand.
Yep. Yeah, you do.
So Nathan, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your channel history and such? For all those that don't know, tell us about it.
Okay. So I started my channel back in, goodness gracious, I think January 2022. I really didn't have any knowledge in whiskey whatsoever. I just started watching a bunch of different guys try different things, and I thought to myself, I could do this. And here we are, probably $40,000 later in bottles.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive habit. But it's a fun one, you know. I mean, we get a good community of guys and stuff like that. I mean, you guys have this going, and you guys are inviting people in this community on, and it's a blast, you know. And I mean, I started doing it because, you know, I started liking whiskey, and I mean, to this day, I mean, I got an old Overholt 114 old fashioned going right now. You know, I like to start my night with an old fashioned, and then we bring in the heavy stuff.
Right.
Okay. I like it, man. I myself am drinking a Still Austin Cast Strength Nancy Pick, and it is delicious.
Nice.
But yeah. All right. So anybody want to say anything about upcoming stuff? I know we typically do this at the end, but I thought we'd maybe tease early. Just maybe cool stuff you guys got coming up on your respective channels. Anything you yeah. I'll let Brian lead off. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, over on Bourbon School, we've got a couple of fun videos. So we just put out our Father's Day gift guide today. And like 50 people liked it, so that's good. We also have a couple of fun videos coming up. Lauren and Marianne actually did a bourbon for brunch video, so that's going to be coming up soon. We've got our Sedley. Yeah, that was fun. We've got our 7 Deadly Sins coming up. We did do that actually a while ago. We just haven't had the right spot to slide it in, but that is, I don't know if I know Nathan,
That's
you
what
did the
she
7
said.
Deadly Sins.
Dude, right on time, man. I was like, dude, you're missing
Nice.
it.
7 Deadly
That
Sins
was
is a
really
lot of
fun to
fun.
make.
Yeah, it was a good one, and just some bottle reviews and stuff. So just kind of, you know, some fun stuff. We're the stuff that we enjoy. I hope other people enjoy it, but we definitely enjoy it. So that's why we do it.
Ben, you next, man. What do you got coming up content wise?
We've got, so tomorrow's video, I'm going through and getting to some of these challenge videos that I hadn't gotten to. I just did the one that Myron had challenged us to, like 2 months ago now, Myron, or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, so I just got around to that one. We released that last week. And then so tomorrow I have an old Bourbon School challenge video. You guys did the TikTok show me challenge.
Oh yeah, that was
I
a fun
remember
one.
that.
Nice.
And
man.
I think somehow that was 4 months ago, and somehow I missed that video, so I didn't realize that you had challenged me in it. And I never check my mentions, and I don't get notifications for them. So I was looking through them, I was like, oh damn, we got challenge videos to do. So that actually comes out tomorrow. It's up on Patreon right now for Patreon subscribers, but
I'm gonna watch that
tomorrow. And
tonight.
then we've got. Yeah, and then so what Greg and I are kind of doing for a couple weeks here, like we did this last week and then this week, and then next week it'll be the same. We're doing a review on Monday and then like a challenge video or list video on Thursday. And the Thursday ones for a couple weeks I'm actually doing just by myself.
Okay. Cool, man. Myron, what do you got coming up, man? Let us know.
You know what? Nothing really specific. Well, I guess you can say it's specific. Nothing really specific to the channel. It's like I wanted to start doing more. Well, I don't want to say the C word again. The C word that you light it up and it kind of it's long and you have a flame at the end and you blow smoke out at the end because
This is
YouTube
getting
doesn't seem to
dirtier
like
and
it.
dirtier.
Yeah, that's not the C. Are you sure? I'm not thinking about the same thing C word you're thinking about, Myron. See, that C word. I can't see that C word.
Are we talking about the Chronic? Anyway,
I wish. Back in the day, it was a little different, but now these days, I don't. But no, honestly, you know, we're past our 30 seconds or whatever. YouTube doesn't really like you to do content with smoking, man. So cigars, like all of my cigar content gets demonetized. So it's like and I don't have any channel members. So it's like only my paying channel members can see it. I don't have any channel members. So
we can do this, but not smoke.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Hey, man.
I can't remember the last time somebody smoked 3 cigars and ran into a tree. I said, but they will allow you to talk about whiskey, but you can't talk about cigars. So
Myron, maybe you should put a this is for educational purpose only in the beginning of the video.
There you go.
Yes.
That might work. That might work, but I'm trying to figure out a way to navigate myself around that. Because there were, you know, the content didn't take off. I still like doing the content either way. But there were people out there who did appreciate that, and I appreciate them watching. And I do kind of want to get back into that content. So the next video I am going to shoot is going to involve, like I said, it'll probably say something like sticks and sips that I'm into right now, just to try and get that word off of the thumb and then try and get into some of that pairing without using particular words that YouTube uses to demonetize.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dude.
Yeah.
I swing an axe, dude.
Yeah.
That would be demonetized me. I'm like chopping shit up and being like boisterous and yelling and screaming and crap. They leave me alone, man.
Well, speaking of, what do you got coming up, man? What?
You know, I'm gonna do a little bit of I think I'm gonna do a little Patreon push. Do maybe a couple of Patreon only lives, something like that. Try to build that up a little bit, pay more attention to them because I've been slacking. Find a time to do anything. That's what I'm trying to do. Maybe get more of these videos out. We'll be going back to Texas again. Been there like 3 or 4 times already this year. Like you guys know, Nashville. Got footage from like 3 trips I haven't even put out yet with hunts in there and all that stuff. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Just trying to catch up, man. That's what I'm gonna try to catch up.
Sounds good, man. What about you, Nathan? Any new content you got coming out? And if so, what was the inspiration for it?
So I see that viewers are really like into like shorts and stuff like that, like right now. So trying to just do like quick, like 30 to 60-second reviews of like I have probably 150 to 200 samples that, you know, I still at least have an ounce and a half in. So just pushing that kind of content out there, just easy. You don't even have to edit it. It's just done on your phone and right onto a short, you know, it's simple stuff like that. I got a bunch of fun blinds that I have planned for the future. And then like breaking off into like, I don't want to do traditional, like just hunt videos where you're recording like the shelves and everything. I want to do like more like challenge hunts with a couple other people and like introduce like different aspects of like what, like a vlog hunt style thing. Like I have fun ideas that I have planned, but it's not your traditional hunt because those are boring videos to watch.
Well, it's interesting that you would say
later.
that because that's actually a topic for later tonight in the Whiskey Six. We're going to be talking about hunt videos, but we're a few topics away from that. But we'll get to that soon. But cool, Nathan. All right. So
we got to get to that one.
Yeah, do we want to
Absolutely.
do we want to skip ahead and then come back to our first talk?
No, let's go ahead.
Program.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the night, and that is whiskeys that you want to get before the end of 2024. And these do not have to be new whiskeys, like new releases. These can be old bottles that you just didn't get when they were released, whatever the case. But whatever your whiskey goals are for this year, let us know. And also you and Chad as well, folks. Let us know what you're really hunting for. So, Nathan, if you don't mind, go ahead and lead us off, man.
Oh, of course. So 2 things that I want to get my hands on this year. I want to be able to get my hands on the Jack Daniel's 14 year. That's one that I'm really, really interested in possibly doing a review of. And one that I've been hunting like crazy. I've been going all over the place. I want to get my hands on one of those Parker Heritage double barrels. Myron's got one, and I'm jealous as all could be about that bottle.
Okay.
Well, I saw that the other day. That was your envy bottle because because Myron had it was right at Myron. Myron, I want
Put it
look
away.
at him
Put
flexing.
that thing away.
That's a great bottle, dude. Myron, that's one of the ones I want as well. That is a great. I've had some pours of that, dude, and I've had a chance to get it, but dude, that's an expensive bottle. Crap.
You know what? I drank this, and then I had like a bourbon. I had like a bourbon meetup over my house, and some of the people I had over, they were able to appreciate it, and they drank it down. And then I started sampling it out. So this is pretty much all I have, and I just sent the sample out probably about 2 weeks ago, but I don't even think I'm doing any more 1 ounce samples. I paid $20 over retail. I walked in the store, the guy didn't know what he had. He just boom.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Dude, that's a great bottle.
All right. Well, already some cool comments in chat. And we'll get to those later, folks, once we get into our hunt video topic. Can't wait for that. I'm sure there'll be diverse opinions. But Bobby, what bottles are you looking for in 2024, man?
So, of course, whenever it comes out, I'll be looking for the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend Baby Bat Axe. I don't know what number it's going to be. Sure. Nancy said it's coming. So she said it's coming soon. So actually, you know what? That I'm kind of low-key hunting. And I don't know why. I'm low-key hunting a Rock Hill Farms. But I'm hunting it for at MSRP. I could get it, but I want to get it at MSRP because I actually do like an Elmer T. Lee, but we're gonna same match bill at a 10 more proof at 100 proof is that Rock Hill Farms. It's actually a nice little easy sipper. Then besides that, the last one I think I'm hunting is the Father and Son from Wild Turkey because Myron, it's your fault, Myron. That low proof hitter. I mean, goodness, man. Because
that
Myron
thing is amazing, man. That thing is amazing. The bartender at Drug City, and like I said, he was like, hey man, I was in the store and I'm shooting footage and everything, that boring hunt video footage of shooting footage, and the dude's talking to me, and he was like, he just pours me a glass, and I was like, I was ready to pay for it. He was like, no. I mean, he didn't give me a man. But for a low proof bourbon, man, I swear that is one of the best I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Dude, so now you got me on the look, dude. I'm like, crap.
So in chat, we got Michael Bortner saying, I know where a Parker's Heritage double barrel, but they want $899 for it. He offered them $450 and they passed. Of course they did.
You just walk out of that store.
Dust layer can get on that bottle.
Yeah, we call those top shelf dusties, right? Top shelf dusty.
I guess if
you know what, there's always going to be somebody who'll go in and grab it, though.
Yeah, I guess if you're balling out of control, then go ahead and get a hold of Michael there.
Hey, can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
Sean, you're way better at this than Brian.
I don't know about that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to start crap, dude. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if I could get the channel names right, I might agree, but we're not off to a great start.
Surrounded by assholes.
It's actually kind of nice to change it up a little bit, though, and let Brian be more part of the action and not to have to see what's going on all the time.
And I think that's a benefit of switching it up. Like I said to Sean today, it's like sometimes because we're moving it along, I just skip and I don't answer questions. So now you get to interact a little more, which is nice.
It's kind of nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So Lauren's next, right?
Next. I'm going just across the board, but
No, Lauren, she's gonna host next.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
I have too much fun to host. I can't host.
That was some nervous laughter.
Okay.
Myron, what about you, man? What are you looking for in 2024?
I'm probably hunting. Let's say Malort or
Malort.
Okay. Just those top shelf bottles,
No, being serious, I am actually I would like to get my hands on the Russell's 15. I would love to get my hands on the Russell's 15. I know it's probably going to be expensive as shit, and I know I probably will never see it, but I would love to. Even if I could hunt down a pour, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, man. That's a good one. Yeah, like yourself, I'd love to have one. Whether or not that'll happen, hard to say. Any others? Any others you're really hunting for, man?
Actually, you know what? Old Carter Batch 14, a buddy of mine, he has quite a few. he paid a pretty penny for him, and I look, I love Old Carter. You know, if you guys are fans of the channel, you know I love Old Carter. I've got one behind me. They do some of the best blends that I've ever had in my life. But some of the places that he got it for charged upwards of $300, and I just can't. It's hard for me to pay that much, man.
I hear that for sure. Yeah. Let's see here. Where was the comment I wanted to? Oh yeah. John, well, that skipped it. John saying Sean is good until the music starts pumping. That's right. Then things go wild. But that's another night. Anyway, Ben, you are up next, man. What bottles are we looking for in 2024?
As far as new bottles that I've never had before, I would love to get my hands on that. There's that new Old Grandad 16-year age stated coming out. And so if I do get a bottle of that, there's a sample of that going to bourbon school right away, because I know,
You know me, Ben.
Lauren is all over the Old Grandad products. And so, yeah, I would love to get my hands on one of those. As far as stuff that I would like to get again, I talk about this every single live stream. The Jack Daniel's Tennessee Traveler Bold and Spicy. Duty-free, international only. This is fantastic. So I want to get more of these. And this is the rye version, but they also have the more traditional bourbon mash bill. It's called Sweet and Oaky. I have not gotten to try that, but based on how good this thing is, I definitely want to get my hands on some of that too. So those are the ones that I'm definitely looking for right now.
Isn't that Old Grandad like 100 proof though?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
Did you get that one in Puerto when you went to Puerto Rico, Ben?
No, that was in Mexico.
Okay.
Is that duty free in Cozumel?
Oh, there you go. So Emmenecker has the bold and tasty. So it's really good. Awesome.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I don't see much talk about it on Whiskey Tube, but I've done like 3 shorts on it. I talk about it in every live stream. That way, if it ever does become popular, I'm taking credit for it. Just calling it right here.
There you go. That's your bottle, man. I'm the Rebecca Creek guy. You can be the JD.
Yeah.
Can't think of the rest of the name. But anyway, yeah, we know the thing.
Bold and spicy.
That's it. Yeah. Lauren, you're up next. What bottles is Lauren after in 2024?
Well, similar to, I forget who said this, but I'm looking for definitely Brian and Marianne did a store pick for Bourbon School, and their little stickers are going to be, Bobby's doing this with Baby X, right?
Baby Bad X.
Store pick.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to try the store pick that they picked out. But I also, Jack Daniels is a theme tonight because I chose, now I can't afford this, but I'm hoping somebody sends a sample of, I would like to try the 12-year batch 2 of Jack Daniels.
Nice.
And it's funny, it keeps coming up tonight because
Specifically batch 2.
yeah, and I think like Jack Daniels still tends to be a little bit underrated as far as bourbons go, but I'd like to sample it. I'm probably not going to shell out over like $200 for it, but I would like to try that this year.
Yeah. It's a cool one. Ryan, what about yourself, man? What are we after?
I definitely want to snag. Mine are very modest. I don't really like hunt after a lot of hard to find stuff, but I would like to get the Green River Full Proof that just came out.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty excited about that. I know it's the same proof as like a pick. I think they're both 119, but I feel like I need to try to kind of complete the set. So I definitely want one of those. There's a couple of Penelopes that, there's a couple bottles that I always like pass by because I always want to buy something else.
What was saying?
But I want the Penelope rye, toasted rye, and the Penelope Tokaji finished rye.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would like to, I know Ben and Greg have done some videos on these. I would like to snag a couple of the Doc Swinson's exploratory cask, primarily the Bossa Nova, and the rum finish one is like Jamaica or something. It's like Jamaica's in the name or something, I think. I would like to get those as well because they sound great. Doc Swinson's makes absolutely fantastic stuff. Like I think they do Maybe besides Rebecca Creek, Sean, I think they do the best things with MGP bourbon. So I really like what they're putting out.
Yeah, well, that's a perfect lead in to what I'm about to say, Brian. Yeah, so I mean, everyone anyway that hangs out with me at all knows, but I'm still in the process of collecting all the Rebecca Creek. Fine. Yeah, if you see these bottles, just give me a call. I'll buy them off you. Yeah. Anyway, once I have all of them, then I'll stop. But no, aside from that, and also actually, let me get the Salty's comment here before I move along with my list. He's saying Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye is one of my favorite bottles. So good, indeed. I agree. Mine isn't, but all the other ones I've had are fantastic. But they are single barrels, so it is what it is. And also, please feel free to let us know what bottles you guys are after in 2024. But aside from that, other bottles I'm after, of course, the ECBPs are my Pokemon, so I got to catch them all. So I want to complete that line for this year. And then also I want to start going back farther. I have all the way back to 20, all the 20s, and a couple beyond that, some 18s and 19s. But I want to get as far back as I can and have all the ECBPs that I could possibly have. So that's the goal for the end of this year, is getting as many ECBPs as I can. So, yeah. And that's me. So cool. Yeah.
Got any pirate bottles?
I do not. I know some people to do, but I don't have any pirates. I think the oldest I have is a 17. Let me double check. Yeah, I have a C917. That's my oldest.
What's the proof on that bad boy?
It is 131. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a tasty gal. And that was thanks to patron on Mr. Jiggs, the legendary Mr. Jiggs.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jake, for that. Let's see here. I only have one bottle I want this year, says Major Zero, and it is Russell's 15. Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of us after that one, Zero. That's once Sean has all the Rebecca Creek, the house will begin. Yeah, no money spent on the house until this, but no, I do want all of the Rebecca Creek Spanish Oaks. Any other bottles you guys want to throw out there before we move along?
That's about it. That's all I can afford.
Yeah, there you
go. Because people that don't know what we make on YouTube as content creators, they think we're just like rich or something. I mean, these people in the chat know. They think, "Oh my gosh, you're a YouTuber." Yeah.
You make millions.
But I've got a real job too that pays bills, not cause bills.
Yeah. This is. I'm never going to be able to show a profit doing this. That's for sure. But anyway,
I ran into a guy. I was at. Hey, that looks like your dog, Bobby.
I was gonna say, Bobby. I saw your dog the other day.
Dude,
you got a
where's the crash at?
Dude, I'm getting it right now. Come here, buddy. Come here.
I was in a. I was in a liquor.
Oh, dude, look at it.
It's a you.
Crash one, crash two.
Oh shoot! He's like, what? What's your dog's name?
Oh my god!
We're having like a dog
you
right now.
What's his name? Or her name? Winston?
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Winston. Just Crash.
I love it. Crash. That's
dude.
Great.
Woo! Bernie doing right.
Folded in one of your drawers.
Nice.
Bye, Winston.
Nice. Yeah. Right on. Right on. Woo! Oh, that's awesome, man. Great dogs, right?
Oh, Bernadette was great.
Dude, the temperament is incredible, dude. Oh my goodness.
They love when you walk through the door if you left for 30 seconds.
Dude, this dog will be. I go to work for I'm a fireman, so I go to work for days at a time. Sometimes, right when I come home, my wife says he's just there, just waiting. He knows about what time I'm coming. Then he can just hear. He can hear it, and all of a sudden, I can hear him before I get out of the car. He's like, and I get home as soon as I open the door. It's an attack. Yep. He's just on me for like half an hour. Yep. And he follows. You know how it is. He's like my shadow. He just walks from room to room.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's great.
Same exact thing. I'll call my wife when I'm leaving work at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and he knows that phone call is me, and he's in the phone barking, screaming, like just trying to hear my voice. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's insane. They're great. I mean, we need to take over the stream with
right, yeah. We're just going to leave you and Nathan alone to talk about dogs for a while.
Right? Winston and Crash. That's right. Winston and Crash.
That's right.
All right,
JP Merrill, right on.
Beach Sand Bourbon with the best chat so far. Yeah, hit that like button, folks, if you have
Yeah.
not already. We appreciate
Chop it
it.
up.
Yeah, hit that like, man. Also,
Let's
Carl
go.
saying, I'm excited for the Still Austin cigar blend. Heck yeah, man. Me as well. And then Michael Bartner saying, B-Tech. Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all?
Dude.
It's always fun to dream, right? Anyway. All right. So, yeah, cool. Cool bottles we're all looking forward to this year. Next up, though, topic-wise, we have a non-whiskey topic. We're going to get back to the hunt video thing here in just a minute. But next up, though, places you guys would like to live. If money was no problem, you could live anywhere in the world you want. Just living the life. What is your dream place to live? Brian, take us away, man.
I knew you were going to pick me first, and I was still trying to decide. Okay, so I think what I want is, like, did you ever see, like, the resorts, like, in the South Pacific, and they have the huts, like, out over the water?
Like Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Where
Like,
it says sandals.
yeah, well, yeah. I don't necessarily want to live at a Sandals, but I would love like that kind of like setting, like you're maybe on an island, you got mountains behind you and like the blue ocean in front of you, your house goes out over the water like that. Like I think I could get behind that pretty easily. We've gone to several islands on vacations and we always come back super relaxed. So I think imagine just having that feeling all the time, just like being retired and living in paradise. And it might be cliche, but for me, just because of all the places we've been, that has been just so like easy and like relaxing and we've loved it. I think if I had a number two, I've always said to my wife, to Marianne, I would love to live somewhere where I could sit on my porch and see mountains. So like go to like Montana or somewhere like that, where you just like, you have the mountains in your backyard and just lots of wide open space. So I think those are a couple of places I could probably get behind if I just had the money to just get up and go.
Yeah. Beach Sand saying Bora Bora. That's a good one. Maldives as well for Major Zero.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Larry 3R, the White House. Okay.
The lighthouse. I would kind of like that.
Also, Bigger Drinks saying
Trouble.
middle of nowhere. I don't want to see or hear people. I feel that deep down in my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely get that feeling from those two.
Yeah. All right. Warren, you're up next. Where do we want to live? What's the dream living space?
Me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I cut it. Okay, so I picked if I were gonna live in a city, and this might sound batshit crazy, but I love New Orleans. It's one of my most favorite places to visit. It's historic. It's got the best food. If you want to go wild, you can, but like you can also live in these beautiful mansions there. So I love New Orleans. Now I love the water too. So if I was going to do water, I would go to the Isle of Palms in South Carolina. It's one of my most favorite places to go.
Okay.
Those are my two picks.
I gotta say, I would have never guessed either one of those in a million years if I was
gotta stay in America.
Yeah. Although back to Brian's thing, I've never been to a destination like that, Brian, but it does sound very nice. I think what would dissuade me is probably the extreme humidity. I imagine that goes with it. But if you can tolerate that, then I imagine it's worth it. All right, Ben. What say you, man? Where does Ben want to live? He can live anywhere.
This is kind of a tough one because my wife and I plan on in retirement having a place in Florida. We like going on cruises. Call me basic, but we love doing that. Yeah, so we'd like to. I wouldn't mind having a place there if I could be there 6 months out of the year and claim residency because they don't tax your pension or your Social Security. Other than that, I would love to actually have a place in southern Utah. Like in the St. George, Springdale, like right around the Zion National Park area. I just love it there. 3 hours from Vegas. It's warm most of the year, but it still kind of has a temperate climate in the winter. And the scenery, if you've ever been down there, is just absolutely gorgeous.
Are you trying to get to the non-Mormon part?
No, that's
Yeah, close enough.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, just close enough
Close
to
enough
nice.
to Vegas.
Just kidding.
Laura with the ginger joke.
Well, let's see. I can't see it.
cruel.
Seems like too much sun. I know, it really, that's the thing. I just have to douse myself, and I can't be exposed to the sun no matter where I go. I'm like aggressively
Me too,
white.
Ben.
So, yeah,
You can do it.
You are
I
aggressive.
have to be sunscreened up everywhere I go anyway. So
You may burst into flames. It's quite warm. As a person that used to live there, I don't recommend it. But hey, you do you, Ben.
Oakland. Someone said Oakland.
Larry 3 with
What?
Oakland. Larry 3.
Dude, Larry.
Crazy.
Either people in Oakland don't want to live in Oakland.
Yeah,
Well,
You have to
really.
live on the edge.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right.
Dude.
Myron, where's Myron's dream place to live, man?
I've been seeing a lot of TikTokers lately. They've been showing like places in Bali, and it just looks so
Mhm.
beautiful. I think it's Bali, Indonesia. I'll have to look it up.
Mhm.
But it looks beautiful, and it kind of reminds me of what Brian was saying about, like the houses out over the water, just being able to just have something like that, being able to see the sun come up and go down over top of water, having great weather all year long, somewhere where I grew up in the DMV area all my life, dude. I cannot stand the snow anymore. I don't even care if it's 1 to 2 inches. So any place that gets cold, I just don't want to be. I'm sorry, I just don't want to be
We
there.
have winter for like 6 months of the year. It's horrible.
See that, and I couldn't live there. Like I'd be pulling my hair out because the way the weather works here is we have this much spring and this much fall, but we have this much summer and this much winter. So I don't want to be anywhere where it's cold. But
I feel like
Bali
that's
would
how
be
New Jersey is too.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a guy that likes the cold, but yeah, I understand that I'm in the minority usually. So, Bobby, dream place to live, man.
So we like beaches, right?
Mhm.
And we live in California. California, there are some beautiful beaches here, but if you go to the beach, you get in the water in Northern California. It's kind of cold. Yeah. So you don't spend a lot of time in the water unless you're like a diehard surfer. But I've been to Italy. Anyone's been to Italy, those beaches are beautiful. Amalfi Coast, beautiful. Ultimately, Mrs. Badax, and I agree with her, somewhere where we can, right in this little small area, go to church, go to the beach, and I got to throw in there, maybe go to a little distillery. If we could walk to all these places and it's nice, low crime,
You can get some
That's-
limoncello. There you go.
there too, limoncello. If you find that place, I mean, Franklin, Tennessee is kind of close to that. But you got to find a lake to go to a beach. But but somewhere like that, probably somewhere in Italy or Amalfi Coast type of place.
Nice.
like
Somewhere
it,
to chill out. I want not a lot of people. I want slow down, but I want good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I'll put it like that. We slow down, but I want good Wi-Fi.
Scooter Van Hooter, Idaho summer, Arizona winter. I feel like we need to get you. We need to get you out more, buddy.
Dude, that's one of my buddies too. I saw him last night.
No, I guess.
Scooter.
In fairness, I've never been to Idaho, so maybe it's more amazing than I'm giving it credit for.
Sun Valley, right?
Well, maybe Idaho will get bigger soon. You take over part of Oregon.
There you go. Michael Bortner saying foot of the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. I'm not too far from there, Michael. I can tell you it is pretty great. All right, Nathan, dream place to live, man.
I have to have two. I have to have a house in two different places. I'd have to have one in Sardinia in Italy. It's a beautiful island, blue water, great
Yes.
food,
Yes.
simple, easy
Food,
living life.
Yes.
You just can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
But then I'm a big deer hunter, so I have to have a house in the triangle of hunting, and I had to have one in Iowa. And I
There
just
you
go
go.
there for a month, 2 months out of the year, get what I need to do, and go back to Sardinia.
There you go.
Nice.
I have a eerily similar plan, Nathan. So I'm always like searching for like cheap places to live in other countries. I don't know why I watch these videos. I guess just to torture myself. But I've been finding all these videos about abandoned villages in Italy. So you can just like move into these villages. There's nobody there. You can live for free. They're all in like the south of Italy, so it's great weather.
I thought you were headed to Ukraine.
Just bring in some good Wi-Fi. I'm there. We're there, dude. Some good Wi-Fi. Let's do it.
Yeah. So that would be my like permanent living space, and then I would vacation in Kodiak Island to hunt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big old grizzlies.
Yeah. And caribou and all the good stuff.
Pour some good stuff tonight, gentlemen.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
Very nice.
Celery.
I'm in
Like
Folsom, so not bad, but expensive. Yeah, I would say, Carl. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we do? I just want to get out of California.
California. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people feel that way. I don't know why. What could be?
Cheers for that.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Cool. Yeah. Some fun. I got to say, the White House was not one I foresaw coming up, but fun stuff. All right. Next up, we got the topic of the night. Hunting videos, folks. Why? No, actually, there's more to that. And also, that's the wrong cadence. Hunting videos, why do people love them? That is the question. And also, more than that, we would actually like to know, like, what do you guys get out of them? How does it help you in your hunting? And also, maybe, like, what would you guys like to see to make them better? Like, is there things we could do as content creators that would make hunt videos more interesting for you guys? So, this time, we'll let Nathan lead off with it, since you kind of had some strong opinions on this. So I'm curious what you would like to see from hunt videos yourself, and like what you want to do going forward with them.
So hunt videos are like this like weird dynamic, right? There are channels out there that just do hunt videos.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, more power to you, right? If that's all you do, that's all you do. That's fine. But I feel like they just get repetitive. And I think that, just recording a shelf, recording your face, that it's the same thing every single time. Now, I'll watch a hunt video here or there if it's got a catchy title, an interesting thumbnail. And I think that's the one thing about it too, is like, you've got to make that video seem interesting. And
yeah,
I'll watch them here or there to see what this person gets, right? If they find a unicorn for a great price. But I'm not going to go around just watch a hunt video to see if you're finding Jack Daniels for $26 on the shelf. I feel like we need to be able to implement a little bit more of like a fun aspect to hunt videos. And it's a weird thing to try and do. More power to the people that just do hunt videos. I mean, what they do, they drive a lot of views, they drive a lot of subscribers, they drive a lot of comments. And what does that do for your channel? It helps it out in those aspects. So even if I try and do one hunt video a month.
Mm-hmm.
I did 2 months ago, I did a really big hunt video where it was almost an hour long. And I did interviews with store owners and employees at the 3 stores, and I tried to do something a little bit different than what other people were doing. And I thought that video would do well. It didn't do as well as I thought it would, but that's the thing about YouTube. You might have one video that does great that you thought was going to do great, and another one that you thought was going to hit the bed, and it blew up.
Yeah.
So
frustrating.
It is frustrating. It is. And you never know what people want, and that's the one thing about hunt videos. You don't know what they want to see in those videos.
Yeah, true. So some interesting stuff in chat. So Carl saying he likes watching hunt videos to check prices from all over the place, compare with prices around me. Also, what's new on the shelves and who doesn't like allocated drops. Yeah. And then Great Shot saying, slow down, show the price of the whiskey, and also show Scotch and Irish. Yeah, of course. Great Shot, a big Scotch fan. All right, Ben, you next, man. Thoughts on the hunt videos, and what you would like to do with them, or change, or whatever the case?
Okay. First of all, Carl, thank you for your comment. I've been doing the bourbon hunting shorts quite a bit, and so those seem to be a good way to kind of just like highlight one bottle, which is kind of cool. And they're very easy. I mean, for me, to be honest, it's easy. It's like Nathan was saying earlier about the other kind of videos where you can just do it on your phone and upload it right away. It takes 30 seconds to do. And it helps drive more viewership to our other content, which I like doing better. But the way I see it, like as far as doing hunt videos, like I don't like putting too much effort into them as far as like, I used to film the shelves and then I would narrate over the top of it. And that was just kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah. And so now I try to do it a little more like narrating while I'm there. But I've found that it's really helped out a couple of stores that I really like and like supporting. So in that regard, I enjoy doing it for that reason when I really like the store and the store owners. And then every hunt video I put out, if I find something cool on there, even nothing like a unicorn, but just like a great price on this bottle, I get comments saying like, hey, yeah, thanks for this. I went and snagged it, went and picked it up. So, for me, I guess I still do them just because it does, like Nathan was saying, it does drive a lot of traffic to the channel. But B, if people find them helpful, then, cool, I guess, And the other thing is, here's the one thing that I started doing with my hunt videos a few months ago. If you have the capabilities, pro tip for filming shelves, if you have the capability of filming in 60 frames per second and then rendering the video in 60 frames per second, you won't get that blur when you're panning. Because that was one thing I noticed with my earlier ones. I was doing 30 frames per second. And when I'd move around the shelves like this, just barely, it would turn into a blur. And so I found that makes it a bit easier for the audience to kind of see,
Okay.
So yeah, and other than that, I don't know why people like them so much. But the other thing that I did want to mention, I mentioned this to you guys, I think in the private chat, as far as the reason that they get so many views, is they get pushed out by YouTube for whatever reason so much more than all the other videos. I went and checked out our analytics one night, and I was looking at our recent videos that had like an average amount of views on them. And then the impressions, which is how many times your video got put into someone's feed. Mm-hmm. The impressions on those were like, say, 5,000. So our video, our wild turkey rare breed review got presented to 5,000 people. And then I went and looked at our recent hunt video and it got presented to 20,000 people. So it's not just that maybe people only like those, but it's like for whatever reason, those are the ones YouTube are pushing out to just get more eyes on the thumbnail.
Yeah, literally 4 times the audience is seeing it. So yeah, that's huge.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Scott W's just saying thanks to Myron, helping him find good prices on bottles in the local area. So that's cool. So yeah, I mean, especially if you live in a bigger area like Myron does. See, I live in the middle of nowhere, so my hunt videos would help literally 0 people. But if you live in
you still get thousands of viewers.
that may be true. We'll never know, but that may be true. But yeah. So that's cool. I guess if you live in bigger areas, then I'm certain that the hunt videos are probably helping people find the stores to go to buy. And then B-San saying he interviewed a store owner in his video as well and did well. Let's see here. Kill Will Rocco just going rogue here and complaining about review videos being all the same. Fair enough, man. Let's see here. Carl, everybody does have a short attention span these days for sure, man. That's true, unfortunately. And I too like the longer content, but not everybody does. Myron, your thoughts on hunt videos, man, and what you would like to do going forward with them.
No, you know what? Shout out to Scott W, because that's how I got a sample of Stellar Age. So to go back to Nathan with his Stellar Age, Nathan, if you haven't seen my video on the Stellar Age, I blinded Stellar Age with this old 2016 Cash Strip Maker's Mark and some other Maker's Marks. Man, this thing actually came out on top. And I think Stellar Age came out like 3rd or 4th. So I titled the video was CA overhyped? Because I thought it was enjoyable. I liked it. But how I got the sample was because Tom. It was one of the guys who watches my channel, Tom Linderman. We met in person, and he just happened to reach out through a Facebook group. He was like, "Hey, I saw one of your videos, and I saw a bottle that was like months old." He was like, "I saw a bottle that I wanted, so I go into that store." He said they had Cellar sitting on the shelf for $200. So he said he snagged it. So he said, "Man, if anybody in this chat knows Myron, the guy who shot the video, can you put me in touch with him?" So my boy Brad put me in touch with him. And Tom was like, "Hey, man, do you want to meet up?" And we kind of did a quick little hunt together because we went to another store. And he gave me a 2-ounce sample of the Cellar. So I thought that was pretty cool. So me living in the DMV area, I think hunting videos are cool because I get to see other areas and what they have. And I do kind of like to see the price too, because I like to compare prices. And a lot of other people in the comments, they like to compare prices too. And people just like to see what you have on the shelves. And people, like you said, Sean, I've got people who drive up because the way you can get to my house kind of like, well, my area, 2 different ways. So you can come up 301 on the backside and come over the Harry Nice Bridge. That'll bring you into Southern Maryland. Or you can come around into the Prince George's County part of Maryland through 95. And I've had people come up from, Southern Virginia, and they see some of the stores and they'll hit me in the comments and say, "Hey, man, I'm driving to such and such this weekend. I'll be coming up 301 or I'll be coming up 95. Which store should I hit? I did see that you did a hunt video of that. Is that a great store? Do they have good prices?" So I think it's you can say the same on both sides. Some people can say hunt videos are the same. They're repetitive. I'm just watching bottles on the shelf and watching price tags. And then you can say the same thing about review videos. Oh, they're all the same. Caramel, vanilla, brown sugar. And that's pretty much what you're getting. There's an argument on both sides, but I think a lot of people still find both pieces of the content enjoyable. And like I said, they do drive up subscribership and viewership.
Yeah, for sure, man. Agreed. Yeah, and it is cool. I mean, like I said, if you live in a bigger area, then I think you definitely are helping people because there's just bound to be more people in your area watching just based on population of your area. Yeah, so. I do like this, Troy. Maybe we should change the name for those that are just shelf scrolling to whiskey watching. I think that is probably more appropriate.
Yeah.
Since zero hunting is actually
browsing, whiskey browsing, bourbon browsing. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that's for sure cool. If you post a hunting video and somebody gets a bottle from that they were looking for, then that's cool. I could see that. All right, Bobby. What about you, man?
So
you kind of have your own take on it. So tell us about it, man.
I do. I put out plenty of hunting videos, but I have a lot. I'm in California. Where I live in California, sometimes you don't know where one city stops and the other city starts. So there's millions of people right here, and I found out by doing a few of those that a lot of my subscribers are actually in this area. They just happen to be, so they can actually go to the stores that I hunt in, and I do a lot of grocery stores around here get a lot of, well, I guess what they consider allocated stuff, but stuff that I'll just call it stuff that's overpriced that shouldn't be, a lot of Buffalo Trace stuff. But they'll see the videos, and I'll even say, "Hey, this is where I am. This is what time it is. Get here now." If I can put it out fast enough, if I saw something that's what they think they want to go get. But also with the liquor stores, it allows me to build a relationship with those store owners, and they actually like it. Hey, you want to shoot some videos? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. And I built 4 or 5 really good relationships with store owners, and they have followers too, right? They're on Instagram, they're on all these other social medias. They'll throw our videos out, or the videos I put out, they'll throw it out, I'll throw their stuff out. We'll like each other's stuff, put each other's stuff up, and you get followers from that. If that's what we're trying to do, get followers and try to spread the word about stuff and where things are. And there's also this weird thing where people just some people just want to know what you can get stuff for or where you are and compared to where they get stuff where they're at. That's in the comments all the time, and it's actually a kind of sometimes it's interesting conversation. Like, well, here in California, it's insane to live here, right? You got to make $1 billion and you get 1 million of the billion. If people think you're rich, we're not. I mean, I literally probably pay, just because of where I am, probably pay more in taxes than for my job than people make on the East Coast. But I pay so many taxes. But we have, I say that to say that we have great whiskey prices over here. For whatever reason, that's what's affordable here. We got great whiskey price most of the time. But there are the liquor stores that will jack the price up, and they'll be top shelf Dusties. And seemingly, because I shoot when I shoot hunt videos, I don't go out to shoot hunt videos. I do it because I'm already out. I'm like, okay, I can do it right now. I'm here. I literally do not go out to film hunt videos. I just am already out. So. Yeah.
Bobby, my favorite video of yours, your hunt video, I commented on this. I think you saw it. We might have talked about this one night. But you were at Liquor World in Modesto, and I was like, dude, I've been to that store before.
Yeah. That's one of the ones I go there often and that's about 40 minutes away from me. But there's a lot of
last time I went to Yosemite. Last time I went to Yosemite, I picked up a bottle of Eagle Rare on do there.
Yeah, dude. Ender's the store owner. He's a great dude.
So I got a question for you guys. When you go out and do hunt videos, do you go in? Do you ask the store, a manager or an employee, if it's okay to record? Because that's what I typically do. I go in, I ask, hey, is it okay if I record your selection? I'm surprised at the amount of places that say no, we don't want you to record.
No, for me normally it's the chain stores that say no. But if it's an independent store, they're like, yeah, man, what do you need? Hey, I got this coming in. I got this in the back. You want to taste it? Let's do this. But it's not like Total Wine and Bevmo doesn't seem to care. But Total Wine definitely like, yeah, don't record in here. Mm-hmm. And maybe I did want to specs, but I didn't ask. I don't really ask the chain owners. I just go in and do it. But if it's a individually owned store, I'll ask. And really, to be honest, it's because most of it's behind the counter and right where they can see anyway. So I'm like, I better ask because they might say no. What are you doing? But that's that answer to that. And the big chains, I don't even bother, man.
It really depends on where you are. In Pennsylvania, everything is state owned. So you go and you ask, they say no. Like everywhere is no. Even when you try to be on the sly, like I had my husband go and like go distract the ladies at the front desk while I film. And they're still like known, like they're on you like a hawk. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, they really don't like filming inside the stores. And like in Pennsylvania, you can't even buy they have like a separate section in the grocery stores for beer and wine. So liquor is completely, you have to go to a separate building to buy liquor. Yeah. So it's not like it's a very old school state. So you're not going to get even New York is more lax than Pennsylvania. New York, they have individually owned liquor stores that would welcome you in to film. And Brian's done that many times, but in Pennsylvania, they do not. It's no. If you ask, it's no.
Wow.
Okay, interesting. Well, while we're on Lauren, your thoughts on hunting videos and maybe opinions on what could be better about them. What would you change?
Oh, I mean, I guess I understand why people like them a little bit. I don't like them, but now that Ben enlightened us a little bit about the algorithm on YouTube, that makes a lot of sense to me now. Yeah. Why channels are doing them so much. Because it's like, where does the cycle begin and end then? If the more they're pushing it out, the more viewership you're getting, it feels like a cat eating its tail. So I don't think they hold too much value except locally for people. But I get it. Yeah, locally, if you want to find something for a good price, it's great. But as far as people across the country, I don't really get it. But yeah, and I can't film them here, so.
There you go. Well, Brian, what do you think, man? What do you think about the hunt videos, and what would you like to do different, maybe?
So this is a topic that I was really wanting to talk about because I really did not understand what people like about them, like, and why they do so well. And we've kind of gotten a lot of feedback about that. So, and it all makes sense. It's just, so where I am, I've got like 2 shops, and the turnover, it doesn't turn over very much. So I've done hunt videos there. They've both been very nice and allowed me. But you know, I'd have to go up to Buffalo and hunt. And sometimes it's funny, like, I think almost everyone, Marianne, you said everyone, right? Like, we've never had somebody say no. We've never had somebody say no, but sometimes people look at you like, yeah, they'll look at you like, I'm like, hey, can I film your bourbon section? And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, I said, you know, this is kind of a thing on YouTube. People love watching hunt videos, and I tell them exactly what it is. I'm like, we scan the shelves with our camera, show people what you have and what the prices are. And like, people, like thousands of people watch them. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, oh no, it's really a thing. Like it's a thing out there. And it's probably at the time, I think they've fallen off a little bit, but at the time they were like the most popular video you could make. Like, you were guaranteed 1,000 views if you put one out.
In a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Immediately it would just take off. What I do like about,
now that's shorts.
Yeah. Right. I usually don't watch hunt videos unless it's somebody I know. Like, you guys do a hunt video and I watch, and I will tell you what I find useful about them that probably the average person who doesn't have contact with us doesn't find useful is, like, Ben did a video a few weeks ago and there was Cedar Ridge on the shelf. And I was like, hey, if they have that barrel proof, like, I grab me one, and like 2 days later he's like, hey, I got a barrel proof, you want it? So like, I do like that aspect where it's like, if it's somebody I know, I can just reach out to and be like, hey, are you near that store? Can you grab another one of those? Like, I've gotten quite a few bottles hand delivered from Minnesota, and a lot of them are because of hunt videos, and the rest are because my wife reached out to Ben and got them for me as gifts. But we definitely, like, I do see the use in that, like, to procure bottles that maybe you don't have near you. But yeah, I think it's a odd thing, but then at the same time, I find myself watching people's, because what if there's something I want, you know? And so there is something cool about seeing like what people have in their area as well. So that's kind of where I am on it.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think that Chad has brought up more than I expected, I guess. Some perspectives that I hadn't thought about. Salty feeling basically the way I do about hunt videos. I don't find them entertaining. Well, but more like to the points that we've made tonight. That if all you're doing is just scanning the shelves and just kind of doing a voiceover, I don't think that is entertaining entertainment. That feels repetitive. Anyway,
I put my wife in mind, so I mean that helps.
That helps. Well, I mean, but so like a lot of you guys are doing different things though in your hunt videos, and I think that's a lot better. Like so, Ben, we were talking backstage before we even did this live that, you know, you're kind of highlighting a specific bottle. You have kind of like you're kind of looking around and you have a bottle of mine and you highlight that bottle. And like, this is a great bottle to pick up at this price, kind of thing. I think that's more useful, especially to new consumers of bourbon or whiskey, whatever you're highlighting, than just, you know, scrolling through the shelves and like, okay, here's all the prices. And especially as fast as most hunt videos go, you don't really, you have to kind of like pause to even see what the price was. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's real useful, but, you know, I didn't think about, you know, the potential of someone being near you, because that's not a thing for me. But and then Bobby, you know, you too kind of highlight a specific bottle or, you know, a couple that you're picking up. So yeah, I think there's better ways to do it. And hopefully we see more of that in the future. This was something that Beach Sand said. Well, no, this was something that Beach Sand said that I think is interesting. That could be useful to the creator. On the back end, is that if you're doing hunt videos in the store, you know, over and over again, and they see it as a positive, then it could help you get bottles. So I guess there is that incentive potentially.
I will say that is a very true fact. I've helped a store out. I've hunted there a couple of times. I got the new Elijah Craig for $60 and the Larceny for $50. And the dude was like, nice. He texted me, he sent me a picture, sent me what he got it for. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to lie, that's fantastic. But, you know, it's also like that video that I did hunting there is over 12,000 views, and he sends me a text message almost every single time somebody comes in the store and says, "Hey, I was here solely because I saw this video."
Yeah. I get those too, man, and it's actually a good feeling to get that, like you're helping somebody out, because this stuff is not cheap, especially when someone's actually hunting for something and you see it. I mean, even if it's a crazy price, I'll put it up there and just kind of like, I won't even say, it's like, oh, it's for that. I'm like, top shelf Dusty again. But if it's somewhere that's got reasonable prices, maybe $30-$40 over MSRP. I mean, if you really want something, you're gonna pay that. So
exactly.
Yeah. But what's even more of a trip is when you're like Kevin. I've sent a lot of business to S&W. Kevin is a great guy. He has great prices. Matter of fact, the last Heaven Hill bottled and bond I got, he had it on sale for $39.99, and he still has it on sale. That dude has some great prices. I pushed a lot of business his way, and he has looked out for me on certain things. And it's even more of a trip when you're standing in line waiting on his store to open, and you're talking to somebody, and they're like, "Hey, man, I recognize that voice," or "Aren't you the guy that?" It's kind of like, so it's just a trip to me. It really is.
Yep, that's the weirdest thing too. When you get recognized when you're in the store, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you don't know who I am,
dude. That's crazy, dude. I got once or twice been recognized outside of my city that I live in. I'm like, this is weird, dude. In another state. I'm like,
well, in fairness, Bobby, you don't exactly blend in.
That's true. Of course, I'm not carrying this around, but it's like, hey, you're that bourbon guy. They'll say bad whiskey or bad. I'm like, yes, I'm that guy. I'm like, that's not, you're close, but yeah, I mean, so it is like that. It's not like, oh, it's like, oh yeah.
We had a whiskey. One of the biggest stores in Jersey had a whiskey auction for all of the
allocated
charity houses and stuff that.
Cool.
And I walk in there and I have all of my cans and stuff to donate. And the first person I passed was like, "You're here?" I'm like, "Huh?"
What?
I'm like, "I don't even know you."
I had one time,
weird.
we were talking earlier about, Sean, you had mentioned something about or Bobby mentioned something like people think we make a bunch of money doing this.
Yeah,
doing the YouTube channels. Like it's a net operating huge loss every year.
Yeah.
But I was in a Total Wine like 25 miles from here, and it was just middle of the day. I had the day off of work for whatever reason. And a guy walks up, he's like, "Hey man, I was just watching your video just before I came up here." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, and I just got to chat with him. I was like, "Yeah, I had the day off, so I figured, I'd come out and do some bourbon hunting." He's like, "Oh, so you have like a day job too?" And I was like, it was really nice of him to assume that. I was like, "Oh yeah, we don't make shit off of the channel."
Yeah, they have
There's
no
probably
idea.
only 4 whiskey channels out there right now that don't need to have a day job.
Yeah.
And we all know what those channels are.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a day job."
Yeah, I would say that is the secret there, Chris, to the hunt videos. It definitely promotes FOMO, and then it's like, oh man, they got it for that price. I might be able to find it for that price, and they get in their car and they get disappointed. But yeah, so I think we've covered that fairly well. Any final thoughts on hunt videos, guys, before we move along?
I'll just say my next hunt video, I'm actually going to go out to a bunch of stores. I put in my local Facebook group. I said, put in the comments the craziest price places that you have seen. And I'm going to go to those places and I'm going to put them on blast.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
There you go.
What are you going to call it? So I don't call it the same thing.
I think I'm titling it the craziest bourbon prices you've ever seen in this area.
Okay, so I'll think of something creative. So don't get mad at me when I do something like that.
Hey, Bobby, it's all you. It's all you, man.
Right on, man. Right on. But it was a different area. I'm like, we got to put them all on blast.
You're on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. It's like
I know, we got it
meet
covered.
in
We got it
right?
covered.
Let's meet.
Maybe
in
we should. Maybe we should call it the same thing and do some tandem type of thing.
Oh, I like it.
I don't want to be rude. I want to say, hey, I want to give you credit. I want to give you credit. I'll give you a shout out.
I like it. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, that is the way around here on Whiskey Tube. But if you do find content you find interesting, give the channel a shout out, whatever you found that content at.
For sure.
It's just a good thing to do. So actually, Chill Will Rocco just saying the opposite of Chris. He's saying that Hunt Videos saved him from FOMO. So who knows? I don't know what's going on with Hunt Videos. But anyway, topic covered. I'm going to call it done. Next up, before we move along, folks, mods, if you don't mind to drop the links from all channels on screen here just one more time before we kind of close up, before we get to our closing arguments, I guess you would say, the rapid fire question. Yeah, mods, please drop the links to all channels here. And of course, Nathan, our special guest of Everyday Drinker. And go give all these channels a sub if you have not already. But rapid fire question this week is bourbon hot take. I'm sorry. The bourbon hot take. So we want a hot take on bourbon from each one of you guys. Who wants to go first? I won't put anybody on the spot this time. Who has a hot take ready to go? Bobby's ready to go. Okay.
All right.
Wild Turkey is better than Buffalo Trace, as I drink Buffalo Trace. Yeah!
Yeah, you will get no dispute out of me, Bobby.
That's right.
Anybody have a different opinion on that?
Nope.
No?
Think
Okay.
about it.
Maybe it's not that hot of a take. I think we're all in
I
agreement.
guess not. Shoot. Usually that sparks some fire in people.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no neck pour. How about that one? No such thing as a neck pour.
Yeah.
That's why I'm changing it to there's no such thing as a neck pour.
There you go. That makes me happy, if nothing else.
Hey.
No neck pour. Let's go.
You better shout Ben out because you took that from me.
There, yeah, for sure. John Krantz saying Miller Lite is better than Buffalo Trace. Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Oh, boy.
Ice and
All right.
anything under 100 proof, you shouldn't be drinking it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I'm with you 100%.
That's a great one.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except for one, right, Myron?
Yeah. Wild Turkey, father, son.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Or this guy, since the fellow that got it for me is in the chat. That's not bad at under 100 proof.
What is it? What's the proof on that sucker?
It is 91.
Gosh, dang it. You tell me I gotta look for that too?
Yeah, it's better than the father and son. I just want to put it out there.
Gosh! There's your hot take.
Mine? Okay, here's my hot take since you're putting me on the spot. Everything other than the BTAC line for Buffalo Trace is crap, and I have no interest in it.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm with you, Sean.
I mean, honestly, like I just don't find it interesting. There's so many bottles. Like, name a bottle and like, okay, what's the price point? There's a better bottle at that price point, regardless of what it is.
It's basic bitch.
No love.
I tell you what, this is what Blanton's should be. So at 103, it shouldn't be 93 proof. This should be regular Blanton's,
I
103.
say
Blanton's
that all the
gold,
time, Bobby. All the time.
Yeah.
right? Blanton's gold should be regular Blanton's.
Well,
I mean-
gold is fantastic.
It's great. I think I like it better than straight from the barrel, to tell you the truth.
I think so
That
too.
is a constant thing with Buffalo Trace. Like, there's been so many bottles of theirs that I've had that I'm like, man, this would be way better at 100 proof. Like, they proof down stuff so much,
Yeah.
and it
Gotta get it out there. Gotta make more of it,
anything interesting
Nickel and dime
out of it.
us.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like this is a perfect example, right? Everybody, I don't know why, but people go crazy for this bottle. This bottle, what is this retail now? $80, something like that.
That's
Something like
single
that,
barrel.
yeah.
79, yeah, 75 bucks, something like
79,
that. Yeah.
Single barrel.
Yeah.
There are
Single
so
barrel,
many
yeah.
bottles under $80 that kill this. I mean, it's not even
Hell
close.
yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah,
this.
yeah.
This bottle. It
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
destroys it. This
Okay.
bottle murders the shit out of this bottle. It's like it's not
Yes.
even fair.
It is. I will say, yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree with you. But the Rebecca
murders
Creek is
it.
finished.
You know, there's
yeah.
another one. Four Roses single barrel. Just absolutely murder.
I
Come
can't
on.
go 4 roses on you. I can't go Four Roses. I'm sorry. Can't go.
There you
Four
go.
Roses.
There you go. Old Forester single barrel. Yep. Stomps
Oh,
the
that's
crap
good.
out of it. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's
oh.
just I don't like. Oh, well, I think the point of my hot take is like
Thank
stop chasing the FOMO bottles, people. Like there's too many out there. Yeah, that's another great one. The Green River. Yeah. There's
Those
so
Buffalo Trace products are shitty.
yeah.
I hate Buffalo Trace.
I guess technically is Van Winkle technically. I don't know if that's BTAC or not. It's kind of like in that in between.
No. Well, what I like 107. I really like 107. If you get a good
Weller
107 store
107
pick,
is
I like
good.
that better than the foolproof. And this basically is 107 with more years, right? That's
Yeah.
it.
Got, what,
It's
3 more years on it?
yeah, that's it. But it's not 3. The prices are worth it.
Yeah.
If you can get it at MSRP, okay. Which is like an $80 bottle, people.
Yeah.
That's the only Buffalo Trace I think is worth the damn. Right. there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Stag Bash
Junior.
12. Stag Junior Bash 12.
Oh.
For sure.
Nah, Stag Junior
The
Best
price
15.
point is freaking insane.
15. I got like 3
Yeah.
15s, dude. Woo! 15 and 12. Those are my jam. Oh my gosh.
So freaking good.
It is. I will completely agree with that right there. Stag Junior Batch 15 and Batch 12.
All right, who hasn't gone yet? We need a hot take. All right, Brian, hand up first. What do we got, Brian?
Okay, mine is that anything over $100 or over, we'll say 12 years, is a waste of your money. It's diminishing returns.
Okay,
All
right.
Blasphemer.
I like it. Okay, yeah.
That is a hot take. It's a hot take. It's wrong, but it's a hot take.
Like,
And that's what makes it a hot take, right?
It's true. If it wasn't controversial, it wouldn't be a hot take.
It is.
Look, we don't swim in those waters a lot. I've had some stuff out, or samples or whatever, and overwhelmingly anything that I've had that's at a higher price point, I'm just like, this is fine. Like, it's never like been like,
with you,
oh my
Brian.
God, this tastes like a $500 bottle of bourbon. And
Yeah.
I just have an issue with paying hundreds, not 100, but hundreds of dollars for something that you're just going to consume. And I also think that like 12 years is the sweet spot, and stuff that's older it just starts to get very unpleasant.
So
Brian,
Maker's
do you buy-
10-year
do you buy
rye
the-
bourbon are out for
I
you.
can't.
then.
I can't agree with
No,
the
10's
last
good.
part.
10's good. Oh,
I-
price wise? Yeah. I would have to try them. I would have to try them to know for sure. Right. But
Brian.
so
You
I'm
get a
not
lot
going
of
to,
samples that are expensive, and
we get
we're not
crazy
often,
good samples, and I'm just like,
crazy.
I would agree with you, Brian. But until you live in California, try to find something good. That's less than $100.
Right.
I can't go.
Right.
I can't go have dinner out at a restaurant for less than
Right.
100 plus.
Yeah.
But you said you had good whiskey prices out there.
Relative to where you are, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Brian, except for the age statement thing. I do like older whiskeys, but that said, I don't want to pay like crazy prices for them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good with like kind of the standard is $10 per year, and I think that's usually fair.
I like
as long as it's not like 80 proof. If it's 80 proof, then I just don't care about it. Period. Almost, but yeah,
pretty much.
otherwise, like $10 a year is usually fine. Yeah, but that's a good take. I mostly agree with that. Yeah. Who's up next? Who's got a hot take ready?
I'll go real quick.
Okay.
And then, I know Myron needs to go too. I just think that bourbon cocktails are crap most of the time.
I like this.
The only ones I like.
I like this one a lot.
I think that like you need to just drink it straight, and if you don't
Hell
drink it straight, then just drink vodka or
there's
rum.
that. Yeah. I agree with that. But yeah, drink it neat. But if you're gonna have a cocktail, a bourbon cocktail is good. I would prefer that over something
Bobby,
else.
it's not going to be bad, but I just think like vodka is a much more versatile mixer, right? Bourbon makes more of a statement. God, this is why it's a hot take, okay?
Hey, that is a hot take. Hey, look at this right here. Bourbon School. They rehearsed this. They rehearsed this.
Oh, we make cocktails all the time, and we're always like, we'd rather just drink bourbon straight the way it's meant to be.
Oh, I don't disagree there. But if
That's
it's
the thing,
a
when
mixed drink, I want a bourbon mixed drink.
Listen, as a server,
When we-
I try and make people like everybody orders their espresso martini with vodka, right? What is vodka? It's a neutral spirit.
It's
It doesn't
nothing.
do anything
Yes,
to your
that's
drink.
why.
Right.
That's why it makes a good mixer.
Right.
So that's why I always
White dog.
say go with bourbon. I always say, hey, do you want to try an espresso martini my way? And I put bourbon in it, and everybody says, wow, what's in this cocktail? And I tell them, most of the time I'm putting Maker's Mark in there.
I'm glad you're on the front. You're on the front lines making bourbon
Hey,
mixture.
I like. You know what?
Making-
though? That's a
She's
great.
making bourbon great again.
Yeah,
I like that. Hey,
I don't
Mabba,
think people
Mab,
order
Mabba,
bourbon.
Mabba,
Mabga.
Maba.
Mabba. We go Mabba hats. Hey,
Mama.
you know what? I kind of like that idea though. If someone's ordering a drink, whatever drink it is, comes with vodka, you know what? Next time I'm going to say, hey, make me that drink, but make it with bourbon. Something that's similar
I
to
can't believe you
vodka.
can make an espresso martini with bourbon. I'm interested in that right now.
Oh,
I
espresso
love
martini.
espresso
Or,
martini.
so hey, make it with something close to water. Like, hey, you have Basil Hayden on hand? You do something like that.
Okay, this is officially inspiring a video I'm gonna make based
Yeah,
on
I love
Nathan on your take on this. This weekend I'm gonna make a screwdriver. It's gonna be bourbon and orange juice.
Yes!
If you think vodka can be changed out, I'll just take all the worst cocktails that have bourbon in that are good with vodka. I'm gonna have a bourbon cranberry with some
Hey.
Sprite in it.
Hey, Nathan, I think you're onto something.
I'm on to something here, aren't
You
I?
are, dude. So we got to dinner, and everybody else orders this whatever drink they order. I'm like, hey, give me that too.
Go with bourbon. and
Switch it to bourbon. Switch it.
I'll have a
blow your
Samuel
mind.
Jackson
But I'm
as
listening.
well.
I'm curious.
I have a bourbon mimosa and a bourbon screwdriver. It's the same exact drink, but you have to call it that.
Dude,
I'm making this video and I'm calling you out in it.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
So, Lauren, I like this take. One of the few shorts I've ever made, I don't do many shorts, but one of the few shorts I ever made was how to make a cocktail. I put all the ingredients of a cocktail in the glass, and then I throw that whole glass in the trash, and then I pour myself a neat whiskey. And that is still my opinion. That is still my opinion on cocktails. I think they're bullshit, and it's a good way to add sugar into your diet that you don't need. So yeah. Fuck all cocktails is my second hot take. All right. I believe Myron, you're up next, man. What do you got?
Mine is probably going to involve two, but not purposely. All right, so Lauren kind of stole my thunder. I was going to say
Myron.
I never tell people how to drink bourbon, but to me, bourbon is best straight. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion.
Amen.
Me too.
That is my hot take but at the same time, people chase Elmer T. Lee, which in my opinion tastes like shit. Hot take number 2. So Elmer T. Lee liked his bourbon with Sprite or 7-Up. What?
Yeah.
Elmer T. Lee would drink his bourbon with Sprite or 7-Up.
Yeah, he would. His own bourbon. That's true.
He enjoyed it and loved it that way. But me, give it to me straight up, and that is it. Like neat or
That's
nothing.
what she said.
Neat or not? Yeah.
Lil Wayne likes his Sprite.
Nice,
Yeah, double cupped up.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. And Elmer T. Lee, as Beats and Bourbon said, incredibly overrated. I've had it many times over the years, and I keep hoping like maybe this is the time it'll be good. Nope. It's not high enough proof to be good. That's the problem.
No.
So here we go. Elmer T. Lee.
Brian,
I actually
sample.
Yeah, I have a I was just going to tell Lauren, when we film next week, we will do an Elmer T. Lee review because we have a sample from Myron. So we'll give our hot take on it.
All right, I'm ready.
Please, because I know I'm not fucking going crazy because it tastes like shit. I'm sorry.
hey, okay, all right.
He was drinking it with Sprite. I mean, come on.
You guys know I'm a wild turkey guy,
All
but I got Elmer T. Lee. So I like it as a starter. I really do. If I especially going to drink Buffalo Trace products, I like that as a starter. 90 proof, especially if I'm going to go to Rock Hill Farms, right? It's the same thing, 10 more proof. So
Yeah, but Rock Hill Farms is 10 times better.
I mean,
it is better. It is better. But so now I can't see an Elmer T. Lee for less than $300 around here at 90 proof. But
way.
I build relationships, right? That's what we do. We build relationships places. I got an Elmer T. Lee for what you should be able to get it for. $28.
There you go.
$28, people. Right? So who here is not going to buy Elmer T. Lee for $28? Give me a hint. Who's not going to buy it for $28?
I would
$28
buy it.
I mean,
I would buy it.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Here's my argument against that
To
purchase.
just have it. You'll have $28 to just have it.
I
Just
guess.
give out
Because you're a
samples.
YouTuber.
But you could
Yes,
buy Cooper's Craft 100 for 32. So
I wouldn't do it because I get Cooper's Craft every day.
Yeah.
still
That's
not-
why
drink it.
that's why I would buy it, so I could have it and at least give out samples.
Yeah.
Because people die because of what we do. Now,
Yeah, it'd be
Best
good.
Buffalo Trace 90 proof starter. Hot take number 3, Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare is great.
Are you saying it's good or bad?
No, I said best 90 proof
Yes.
Buffalo Trace
Yes.
starter is Eagle Rare, and I'll put
Oh.
my axe.
Well, that's a lot of caveats there, but yeah.
Oh. Did you say Eagle Rare?
Irish or Scotch 90 proof sucks ass? I think Scotch sucks ass no matter what proof it is.
Oh, man, Nathan, we
Where's
got
the kitty?
a Scotch train, man.
In
Where's the
fairness,
kitty?
in fairness, Myron, that is like saying you would win a race racing a bunch of handicapped kids. But
Exactly. Because you said the best 90 proof Buffalo Trace. There isn't that
Right.
many.
like, and you're like putting it up against Buffalo Trace, Elmer T. Lee, Weller, right?
So-
like
I have an
that's
actual Buffalo Trace
Nerve, yeah,
store pick that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anything that's not Buffalo Trace's 90 proof is probably better.
Yeah,
here's the thing with Buffalo Trace.
I'm
Like
not
the
going to say
standard
no.
bottle. The standard bottle of Buffalo Trace is good. We actually did we did a series of videos about like being haters of Buffalo Trace because we talked a lot of shit about Buffalo Trace. And the
Mostly
basic
Brian.
Buffalo Trace bottle actually ended up winning the blind of like the base level Buffalo
were
Trace
humiliated.
or base level bourbons. We threw Buffalo Trace there and it won. Fine and good. My issue with it is that people will line up at that damn distillery to buy it,
Yeah.
and people will pay twice the price
Dude.
for it when you should be paying $25 or $30 for it.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm
the
not lining up
problem
for
I
any of
have.
this shit. I wouldn't line up for this or
Yeah,
or
right.
any beat. I'm not lining up for anything.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
not lining
think
up.
people
I'm not doing it.
people get so fired up about Buffalo Trace is because you are sitting there going nuts and overpaying for a $25 bottle of bourbon.
Yes.
It's Evan Williams bottled in bond. It's Wild Turkey 101. Like that's what you're going gaga over.
Yeah.
And, like that that doesn't compute with me. I just I don't get it.
In all fairness, I'll say this. So the other day when I went to play golf, and I've got a video coming out on this too. I do like my whiskey warm, room temperature or better.
Yeah.
It just happens that my basement is
No
always
ice.
cooler.
Throw it
But
in the microwave.
not like the old blunts we used to roll, but to get them drier faster.
There you go.
But no, so I had my Buffalo Trace in an airplane bottle, and I had it in my golf bag. It was hot that day. My golf, of course, most golf bags are black. My golf bag heated that thing up, and when I poured it in the glass, I did my little Buffalo Trace with the Buffalo Trace cigar, see if they would pair. And man, that thing was, I don't know if it's because I didn't have anything to drink that day, and that was like the first one, but that thing was excellent. I mean, excellent.
Hit right.
All of the caramel notes, the citrus notes, all of that
Mhm.
just came out. It was an excellent pour.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to shit on regular shelf Buffalo Trace, but I will
Right.
say I still think Eagle Rare is better.
Well, so I will say something to that point.
Never mash bill. So
Myron, and then we'll get to Ben's hot take. But I will say something to the hot whiskey thing. From my experience, when whiskey is hotter, it comes across as being proofier. I feel like you feel the proof more when it's warmer. And so that would give Buffalo Trace, which is typically very mild, a more interesting, complex mouthfeel, I would imagine, which is probably my issue with it generally, is it just kind of boring. But yeah, so I can see that working at higher temperatures. Yeah. Also, shout out to Bill Bauer. I only go gaga for cowboy hats. What's up, buddy? Cheers, man. All right, Ben, you're closing the show down with your hot take. You've had a lot of time to think about it. What's Ben got for a hot take, man?
Well, now I feel like I have to respond to all of these hot takes. I'm going to make this very quick.
Yeah, well, Dragon Ball right there.
All right, respond. Let's hear it.
At their MSRP, I think Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare at 90 proof are great. I am drinking a 90 proof Buffalo Trace product right now because I wanted to take it super easy tonight. And I was looking around, it's like freaking everything I have is cask strength. I was like, God damn, I need to get some.
Same here, dude. It's hard
some Take Her Easy bottles on my shelf here. What was the other thing I was going to say? Damn it, now I lost it. What were you just talking about before you came to me, Sean?
Hatred. How I hate. I mean, Myron likes Eagle Rare. I'm kind of out on it. The other hot take was cocktails. Lauren and I hate cocktails. I think some others as well.
No, it was just before you came to me. Now I already lost it. I'm drinking 90 proof whiskey.
What was your second hot take, Myron? You had 3.
Hot whiskey.
The hot. That was
the last one.
They're the fourth one.
Either way, we can move on. I do think Elmer T. Lee sucks. Getting Evan Williams 1783, save yourself the time and money.
There you go.
If you want a 6-year 90 proof bourbon.
Get that Heroes Edition, man.
Oh, I know what it was. I will say this. As far as Buffalo Trace products go, I think they're great. I think it's almost like some of the, there's a lot of stuff you hear in WhiskeyTube, not WhiskeyTube, some on channels, but like in the comments or whatever, it's like everybody likes to see if they can be the person who would pay the least amount of money. Like, I wouldn't pay more than $20 for a Pappy 23. It's just dog shit whiskey. It's almost like Metallica fans that cannot admit that the Black Album is a good album. They're just so upset that it brought the band into mainstream that now, being a hater on it is their entire freaking identity.
Right, Sean?
So I think if you take away all the hype and take away everything, and just if there was no hype at all, everybody would love Buffalo Trace products just as much as they love everything else. Well, I'm not saying they're that much better, but they're certainly not that much worse. But here's my hot take.
Okay.
Off of this subject.
After all that,
I did a short about this the other day. I think Woodford batch proof bottles, that just as a brand is just dead. I think it's just over for that. Because I've been going to stores recently and I'm seeing that sitting on shelves and MSRP is for $130 to begin with. And it's at MSRP and it's everywhere. I went to Total Wine the other day. There were 9 bottles of it. And then I was at a store just before that. There were 3 bottles of it. A couple weeks before that, I saw 6 bottles of it. It's like people, I think, have wised up to the fact that Woodford Reserve is one of the biggest brands, certainly one of the biggest bourbon brands on the planet, and they can't release a cask strength bottle for under $130.
Yeah.
It's like I think they were skating on the idea that it was rare for a while, but now people are like, you got Rare Breed for $50. You got Elijah Craig Barrel Proof at $70.
And
then they're coming in at 140.
To be fair, I got my
last year.
What's that?
What's that?
They tried to give us that low entry proof bullshit last year.
And it was dog shit, Nathan. I had it. It was tough with that.
That's a $130 bottle for 90 proof or something like that. Get out of here with that.
And it barely tasted any different than the regular Woodford. I did 2 different tastings of that, video tastings of it, and I could barely tell them apart. Yeah,
That's the problem with that.
Yep.
So I did get a Woodford batch proof, but I got it. If you watch my hunt videos, I got it.
Okay.
I got it at Costco, and I got it for $109. So I got a great price for it, but I still haven't cracked it yet. I'm waiting for the DRC, dirty RC bar, told him I'd crack it with him. So as soon as I crack that sucker, you guys will see it. So I'm throwing wood chips at the camera.
There you go. Well, first off, Ben, completely agree with your hot take. So yeah. I think it has been dead for. I mean, I think like Whiskey Tube's kind of been out on them the last 2 to 3 years. Like they're just, I don't know, they're just not hitting for the price point. But then also I wanted to circle back to something you said before your hot take. You were comparing Buffalo Trace to Metallica and similar hate, and I think that's a great comparison because, like Metallica, they haven't been great in years. So perfect.
That's a whole nother video, Sean.
Perfect.
That could be a July topic.
All right. That is the show, folks. Thank you, everyone in chat. You guys were great tonight. Thank you for all the hot takes. Thank you, all of the people on the panel. Thank you for our guest, Nathan. Great show tonight. Anything anybody wants to add before we close down? Any final thoughts, guys?
Great shot. He wants to know about what we think about Traveler whiskey.
Sucks balls.
Well, with that, you have to say whiskey tells it all.
The roads down to Mexico.
Yeah.
I
would say that my thoughts on it is it's not whiskey. So yeah.
While we scroll the chat real quick and see what they've got to say. Just
okay,
so
yeah, we
we
got quite a few in chat. So yeah, let's roll through a few here.
While we're doing that, I'll just say real quick thank you to William Hall Lauren. William Hall is sending us 2 samples of JD12 Batch 2.
Nice.
Yay!
So thank you very much, William.
I just had the Traveler whiskey this past weekend at a buddy's bourbon meetup. Shout out Marco. And dude, like I was not. We had to go to a table and pick something that we never had and rate it 1 through 4. 1 was oh fuck no, and 4 was oh that's that shit. And it didn't.
I like the rating scale.
Yeah.
Oh fuck no.
So, but I picked,
oh fuck no, yeah, that's that shit.
Crown Royal. I picked the Traveler. I picked something called Caesar or Cenis. It's made in Virginia. And then I picked something else. Anyway, it actually came in number 2 of the worst whiskey because I picked the worst shit that was on the table, and it actually came in number 2 of the worst shit that was on the table. But it almost tasted like it was flavored with something. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys had the same experience. Like it was not a flavored whiskey as in like honey or peach, but flavored as in like it had like some neutral grain spirits that was mixed with some type of flavoring to make it taste like a whiskey.
Yeah.
Well, it is a combination of crap for sure. Yeah.
I got
flavored whiskey
because they might be mixing shit in it. You never know.
Yeah.
I got regular Buffalo Trace with a whole bunch of freaking Red Hots. That's what I got. It's like they shoved in a Red Hot flavor, like Fireball.
It did have some of that in it.
That's the only way they can sell is Fireball. Then putting that in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Same parent company. I would not doubt that they're actually putting Fireball in there.
Exactly.
It's Buffalo Trace with Fireball in it. That's what I'm getting.
It's a 50-50 ratio.
It is. You know what? 50-50 is probably a good guess. At most 60-40.
Yeah, perfect for drunk college girls everywhere.
Exactly. Stapleton.
Tom Shanley saying Traveler had it. Don't waste your money. Bourbon Baller Lee just saying suck. Okay, I think that pretty well sums it up. Carl, this community is amazing. I agree, Carl. Absolutely. It is amazing.
Yes.
John Cran saying no need to even try Traveler. Yeah, I'd say that.
Don't waste your money.
Life is too short to drink garbage whiskey. Indeed.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Carl earlier, he had a hot take. Where is it? How far back was that? Oh, here we go. Metallica Black Album is my favorite album. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said what I said.
Yeah. All right. I love the fact that so many people chase Buffalo Trace line and leave the rest of the good stuff for me.
I like that too.
Me too, Will. Yeah, man.
Yep. Have all the Buffalo Trace you want, people.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, just let the taters tate and we can get the good stuff.
Let the taters tate.
I like that.
Let the taters tate. I like taters.
Tater's
gotta
gonna
make that
Tate.
shirt, Sean. Let the taters Tate.
Tater's gonna Tate.
Taters gonna Tate.
There you go. Tater's gonna Tate. Haters gonna hate. Larry, I love you. Hey,
If you don't make that shirt, I will.
Larry 3R. There you go. And sounds like I need to hook Myron up with a sample of ASW Tire Fire. Oh boy, you're in for a treat, Myron, if you get that.
Shoot.
All right. Let's see here. Somebody should do a video. Alternative fireballs where they put Red Hots and good what?
Yeah, no, you can't get me to do that video.
I'm not waiting to get with you with freaking Red Hots.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Exactly.
I guess I got.
Oh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get a bottle of regular Buffalo Trace. I'm going to put a carton of Red Hots in it and let it set for like a week and then taste it against Traveler. See what wins.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be spot on.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
That'll be a three-way blind. That'll be Fireball, what you make, and Traveler.
Dude, yeah, right? That's it. I'm doing that blind right there, people. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, man. Drift was doing some great stuff, John, for sure. Yeah.
What's up, Mark?
There we go.
Hey, Mark.
Good take. And Mark, Northwest Bourbon. Don't forget to
On the way out the door, Mark jumps in.
Right on, man.
If you haven't yet, hit the like, folks. Please hit the like. I think that is the show now. We are officially closing down now. Thank you, everybody, again. Thank you, everybody in chat. You guys have been great tonight. Thank you, everybody on panel. Lauren, Ben, Myron, Bobby, Brian, and our special guest, Nathan. Thank you, everybody.
Great having you on, Nathan.
Please drop those
Thanks for
links
having
in
me,
one
guys.
more time, mods. We are out of here. Thank you again, and we will see you next month on episode 7. We're out, people. Good night.